Hello, I'm Heather Anderson. I have been struggling when it comes to choosing a dissertation topic. Ideally, I would like to focus on local history and tie in American history with Native American history. Um, as a military spouse, I will be moving in the next year and a half, so I've been waiting to see what state we end up living in before solidifying the topic. Recently, I have been inspired by Ned Blackhawk's book, The Rediscovery of America, Native People and the Unmaking of U.S. History. Ned Blackhawk states that the most enduring feature of U.S. history is the presence of Native Americans, yet most historians focus on Europeans and their descendants. This practice of ignoring indigenous history is changing, as a new generation of scholars insists that American history addresses the struggle, survival, and resurgence of American Indian nations. Indigenous history is essential to understanding the evolution of modern America. Using ProQuest dissertations and theses global, I found 2 dissertations tying Native American history into major U.S. events. The first dissertation is American Revolutionaries and Native Americans, the South Carolina Experience by Jeffrey William Dennis of the University of Notre Dame, published in 2003. Dennis examines the impact Native Americans had on American revolutionary leaders throughout the course of independence in South Carolina. Throughout British North America, members of the colonial elite, such as Thomas Sumter, Francis Marion, and Henry Lawrence, engaged with Indians in the Lower South. These interactions were extensive and significant to the creation of the United States. Key theaters for South Carolina's colonial Native experience included the Anglo-Cherokee War, frontier trade and diplomacy, and Western land speculation. These relations with Native Americans helped shape the manner in which leading colonists approached the Revolution. Some leaders, such as Henry Lawrence, identified their patriotism with greater tolerance. Other leaders, such as Christopher Gadsden and William Henry Drayton, equated their love of country with hostility towards Indians, leading to great violence upon the Cherokee. This violence expressed a deepening racism that would continue. Dennis gets his records from the British Colonial Office, the Lyman Copeland Draper Collection, and various materials from the Charleston Library Society, the South Carolina Historical Society, as well as contemporary secondary sources. The second dissertation is The Civil War in Indian Territory, 1861 to 1865, by Zachary Cowsert of West Virginia, published in 2020. This dissertation explores the American Civil War in Indian Territory, focusing on the experiences of 5 tribes: Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole. Cowsert's 3 main arguments are: the Civil War in Indian Territory was truly an Indian Civil War, shaped by Native American politics and culture. The Civil War continued a forgotten but immensely destructive moment in Native history, and the Civil War marked the violet crescendo of older Southeastern issues of removal and acculturation, challenging Native American sovereignty, including land laws, railroads, allotment, territorial government, white settlement, and finally statehood. He uses a variety of primary sources, including memoirs, diaries, autobiographies, and letters, as well as secondary sources, to conclude that the Civil War undermined Native American sovereignty and left them vulnerable to federal encroachment and westward expansion in the Reconstruction era. The American Revolution and the U.S. Civil War are key events in the making of modern America, primarily told from a Eurocentric point of view. However, Native people played a key role in both of these events. Not only do both of these dissertations show the struggle and survival of Indigenous people, but they also prove Indigenous history is American history and is essential to understanding modern America.